In this video, I'm going to show you how to build your own AI personal assistant. One that can send emails, schedule events directly to your calendar, understand and speak any language, and even see and analyze images. It responds like ChatGPT. It is smart, fully tailored to you. And guess what? You don't need to write a single line of code. It is beginner friendly, powerful, and totally customizable. So before we go any further, let me show you a quick demo of what this AI can do. We will access this AI from our Telegram so that we can actually connect with it anywhere and everywhere. So I'm going to say something like, please create an email to John Doe at and tell him that the meeting schedule for Thursday, May 5th has been moved to Tuesday, May 10th at 3 p.m. So I'm going to send this. You can see it says, I've sent the email to John Doe informing him about the rescheduled meeting on Tuesday. Let's check this and see if it's correct. I'm going to go to my mail right here, and you can see that here. So we have this address not found because John Doe does not exist. So you can see, send a message to John Doe. Dear John, I hope this message finds you well. I want to inform you that you can see that sent that correctly and send that as Jane because the name we use for this tutorial is Jane. So I'm going to go back. We're going to test fetching data. So I'm going to say summarize my last email. All right. So you're going to do that. All right. So you say my last mail is a forwarded message regarding the new check-in available. I'm going to check this out and okay, this is it. So we can see that we have an email. So this is working. So the next thing I want to do is that this can actually analyze image. So I'm going to just send a photo, and here I'll send this, and I'm going to say, so I'm going to forward this, and you can see it said this image shows a bustling scene of Times Square in the New York City. This actually is accurate, so our agent can see. So I'm just going to send a voice note, and we're going to see our agent talk and translate. So translates the following sentence in French. Tomorrow's meeting is scheduled by 10 p.m. Please avail yourself. Thank you. See you there. So we send that and we're going to get feedback.
The translated sentence in French is La réunion de demain est organisée pour 22 heures. Merci de vous rendre disponible et merci, à bientôt.
Now let's get into building this for yourself. So I haven't seen the demonstration of the AI agent at work, doing the work of a personal assistant. Let's get right into building this powerful tool. And for this, we're going to be using the n8n platform. And apart from the fact that n8n is the most popular one, we're going to be using n8n because it's an open source. Anybody can view, modify, and use without paying any license. So you can actually even host this. You can self-host this without paying anybody on your own hosting platform. Also, we're going to be using n8n because it is flexible and powerful. With over 500 integration, you can connect anything. All you need to do right now is to get started. So you're going to come here and click on get started. So then this interface is going to open up to you. And once you get here, you need to register and sign up. If you don't have an account, if you have an account, you can just log in. So you can just create your account and fill out the details. Then click on start the 14-day trial. And once you're done with that, this is going to open up. So you're going to see this kind of interface. Don't be overwhelmed with this. All right. It is actually very, very simple to navigate through. And as I said earlier, n8n is a low code platform. That means you can do this. In fact, this video is actually going to be made without writing any line of code. All right. So you don't have to have any background in coding before you actually build this automation for yourself. To get started, you can just start by creating a workflow. But before we do that, your interface might come as a white theme. All right. So for someone who doesn't actually like a white theme like me, we can come to settings and scroll down to theme. So you can actually select the dark theme. And if you prefer the light theme, you can just go select the light theme and save that. I'm going for the dark theme. So I'm just going to select the dark theme. And I want to come back. All right. Come back here and I'm going to create my workflow. So once I create my workflow, I'm going to have this canvas. All right. So this is where all the magic is going to happen. This is the canvas. And probably few tutorials on the canvas before we actually proceed on building our automation. You can double click this and move this anywhere you want. This is where you're going to add all of the nodes that is going to connect everything to the agent. All right. So you can actually use your 2 fingers and move the entire canvas. Right. Then you can also use the map over here to also move the canvas, right? And right here we have some tools here. Let me just go through them. This is just to zoom to fit, so you're going to fit everything. You might have zoom in, zoom out. Once you click it, this is going to centralize and zoom everything to a fit position. Then we have this allows you to zoom in, while this allows you to zoom out. You can do that with your plus and minus button on your computer. All right, so this it make you reset the zoom, while this will help you to tidy up your workspace. Of course, you don't have anything yet, so there's no point tidying up. All right, so when you come up here, you can see this is an inactive toggle button, and this toggle can actually turn your workflow to become activated. All right, so but we can't activate that because we don't have anything. This is just a blank. So once you are done, you can actually go live right here. Here you can actually share and allow people to join you, or you can send them the link to view what you're doing. And finally, you can actually save. So when you're done with this automation, you can save this. This three dot right here allow you to do some amazing stuff. You can actually duplicate this workflow, and you can also download this workflow. So this workflow, when you are done, you can download it as a template that any other person can actually use. They will just put their credentials on it, and you can also remain here. Then you can actually import from URL. So you can actually get a URL and import the template, and also you can import from the file. All right, you can import the templates if you don't want to build from the scratch, which will save you tons of hours. We're going to be importing from file. All right, so I have a template already that we're just going to work through. I think that will save us much time to build this, and you can download that in the description of this video. The JSON file will be attached there. You can download it directly. Finally, we have this open node panel. All right, and this is the same. It does the same thing with this, but for this, it's just going to be the first step. Subsequently, you can actually click on this. So when you open this, you can actually add a lot of stuff, add a trigger, add different tools. So the first thing we're going to do is to rename our workflow. Let's call this my assistant. The first thing we're going to do right here is to add our first step. But in this case, we're going to be importing a JSON file, right, of a template that I've built earlier. If you want to build from the scratch, you can just click on this, or actually click on this, and we add a trigger. So a trigger is that thing that trigger, as the word sound, trigger our workflow. It might be on form submission like this. Maybe when a form is submitted, its workflow is going to be automated. Or we can add WhatsApp trigger. For example, I can say WhatsApp, and I click on the WhatsApp Business Cloud, and I say on message. All right, so then I need to connect the credential. That's what I'm going to get from the developer's Facebook platform. You can see that we've not had a credential. That's why we have issues right here. So for this tutorial, I'm just going to use Telegram as a trigger. Telegram is actually way easier. So I'm just going to import my template. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to say import from file. You can actually download this file, just this file, from the description of this video, and they're good to go. So once I do that, the entire template is going to be imported to my canvas. And here you can see we have a lot of issues, a lot of stuff here, because this is just a template. You can then just add all your credentials to all of this. And I'm going to be showing you how each of these nodes connect to each other, so you can have a proper understanding of this workflow and be able to rebuild it. We're going to make videos on how you can build this from the scratch. Probably that's going to be a longer video. Right now, I'm going to build from this template, and you have a better understanding of this automation and building AI agent. I'm going to just zoom in and start from the trigger here. You can see we have a trigger here. This is a Telegram trigger. And once we trigger or send a message on Telegram, all of this is going to run, and we're going to get a response back to Telegram. You can see here, there's going to be text, right? And this is going to be audio. If you send a voice note, we can send a voice note as I did earlier, or translation, whatever you want to do with the voice note, and you are going to get a voice note as a response. So this is our AI agent, and this is just like the brain behind all of this stuff. You can see it might look a bit complex, but it's not. It's very simple. So there are three major things that makes an AI agent powerful, and every AI agent must have these three basic things. The first one is the brain. Every AI agent needs a brain to process things. You know, all of these are tools around it. So you need a brain to assign this to this and this to that. So go through different platforms and do the work. So we need a brain for that. We used LLM, the large language model, and the number of LLMs that you can use. We have the GPT from OpenAI, we have the Gemini from Google, and we have a lot of LLMs that you can actually use, and they all work powerfully. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be using the OpenAI GPT. You can see we have our brain right here. We can move this around, and this is the OpenAI chat module. So I can click on this. You can see the version, the model is 4.0 mini. So we're going to be using this because it's actually fast and easy to set up. So the first thing is the brain, and you can see that. The second thing we're going to use is the memory. So we need a place where we're going to store details, preferences, chat conversation, and history, something like that. That we make our agent know, okay, this is you, this is what you do, this is where you work, and all of that. So we need that simple memory. We have a number of things, but we're just going to be using the simple memory provided by the n8n cloud. The third part of the components that makes an AI agent agentic are the tools. All right, so we have different tools. We have the Gmail tools, we have the Google Calendar tools. We're going to give it access to a lot of tools, and that is all basically. So I'm just going to be taking it step by step on setting up this automation and filling a credential, as well as explaining how all of these connect to each other. So the first thing we have here is Telegram trigger, and this I said earlier. You can see that this power sign right beside this trigger is what makes this a trigger. So I'm just going to double click on this, and this interface is going to open up. That's to set up the parameters, and to do that we have to set up our credential. So we have to create a new credential for this, and to do that you just have to click on this. This page is going to open up. We need to have our access token. So we need to get our access token from Telegram and bring it to n8n so that our agent can have access to our bot on Telegram. And before we can do that, we have to first set that up on Telegram. And n8n has provided a lot of documentation. They're good on documentation. One reason why I love n8n. So they have this documentation that can allow you know how to do everything. So you can just click on this open docs, and this is going to pop up by n8n credential documentation for Telegram. And you can scroll down to generate your access token. The first thing to do is to start a chat with the bot father. This bot father is actually the Telegram structure for their API. So we're going to click on this bot father, and this is going to open up. We can actually continue with the web version of Telegram. And if you have the desktop app, we can just open that. So I'm just going to open up my desktop app. I'm just going to click on start right here. And in fact, you can see the bot father give us a lot of useful details on how to go about this. So we can either select name bot, or we just type that in the message, but let's just click name bot here. So just going to choose a name for our bot, my personal assistant. So it says good. Now let's choose a username for your bot. Probably say something like Teos underscore agents and underscore bots. All right, once I say this, and you can see, so here we can actually click on this to chat with a bot that we just created, and here is our API access token. All right, so we're coming to still modify and work on the bot, but right now let's get the access token. So you can do that by just clicking this, a single click. So that's going to copy to your clipboard, come back to any end right here, paste the access token. You can save this if this is what you see. Then you've done well. So you can actually close this, and you can see that this is actually set up. You check this, you can see our Telegram account API connected to this. Let's go back to Telegram. So we have these are agents right here. They can click on our agent, they can start our agent. But right now we want a picture right here, and if you check the message the bot father sent to us, you can do a lot of things here. Set user pic, so you can change the bot white picture. So we can actually click this, or we can just type a / set user pic and send that. We're gonna ask us which of these bots do we want. Of course, this is what we created, Teos agent 01 bot. So we're gonna say send a photo for the bot. So I'm just gonna come here, add my picture. I'm just gonna send this to it, and you can see it says success profile picture updated. You can see that we have the profile picture now set. We can go back to our n8n. All we need to do is to set up all our credentials so that this can actually work. This is going to get a trigger from Telegram. And here we have, next to it, we have the switch. That's the switch node. And what this does is to distribute different file formats to different funnel. So let me explain that. In the demo, I sent a voice note, I sent an image, and I sent a text. Our agents could understand these three different file types. This could happen because we have a switch here that have different outputs. So if I click on this, you can see we have different type of outputs. We have the audio output. This actually exists right here. So we have the text outputs. This also exists, and we also have the image output. So we have these three kind of outputs, and let me explain how these three is going to work. Let's start from the audio. When you send an audio to Telegram, the agent needs to understand this. When this audio is sent, we have a Telegram function right here that can get audio, and it's going to send it to this OpenAI function right here, which is the work is to transcribe the recording from audio to text. Then the text is going to be sent to our agent right here. If this is sent as text, does not need to be transcribed. Of course, this agent's input is just for text, and it's going to send it straight to the agent. And the agent is going to process, use all of these tools and do everything. And once that is done, it will send the outputs with a condition. All right, and this is the condition. This is the if condition. All right, and in this condition is if what was received here is audio. If this is true, if this is an audio, if this is true, then we have another function that's going to generate an audio back. That's why when we send a voice note, we get a voice note. And this audio is going to be generated, all right, from this text. And you can see, we can even select the voice. When we get there, we're going to see that. And this audio is going to be sent to Telegram as a voice note. And also, if this is false, that means if this is not, if this function is not called at all, so this is going to be text, so this is going to be false, and we're going to just have the text sent to us directly. So a Telegram. If it's an image, this switch font is going to channel this image to a Telegram function right here that can actually download the image. And once the image is downloaded, we have this code right here. What this code does is just to change the extension, because the MIME type that this is going to download might not be a PNG or a JPG, which that's what this can actually understand. So this is just going to convert the MIME type for whatever it is and convert it to what this OpenAI, this GPT can actually understand. And what this OpenAI function is going to do is going to analyze the image, all right, and it's going to format the outputs back to us on Telegram. So this is all we want to do. So then we have these tools right here for these agents to work. So let's just set up all our Telegram. Same as we have our Telegram credential. Let's select all our Telegram functions for this automation. So we have 5 Telegram functions. So let's just set that credential up, double click that, and this is going to open. So all you need to do is just to come here. There's nothing you really want to do because everything has been set up from the template. So all you need to do is just to set up this and click on this. But since you already have done this once, it's going to just, once you click on it, it's going to set up. So you can see this source, and this is going to get the file. All right, so let's do the same thing for this, for the audio. So we have all our Telegram credentials set up. So now we are here. We need to set up our OpenAI credentials. And to do that, you just have to click on any of this OpenAI brain right here. Okay. But right now, let's just use this brain. Okay. So all you need to do is just to come here and you can select whatever model you want. But for this video, we're going to use the 4.0 model. You can select and you can change the model if you have a different preference. So you can actually come here and connect your credentials. Click on this create new credential. As you can see, we need to have our API key connected from our OpenAI. So you're just going to click on this open docs. And right now you can see that this is documentation credentials for OpenAI. So you can come here and click on create an account. And once you click on that, and you can just create your account with OpenAI. I can come back to this credential. So this is the API keys page. All I need to do is to create a new secret key. You can call it anything. You can call it my PA. So once you create that, you can see you just click on this and you copy it. All right. So then I'm going to go back. Before I do that, we need to add some money to our OpenAI platform. Not that the money is going to be used so much. Might not even finish the $5 in years or months. Before we actually use this, we have to put some money. So you can come to this OpenAI and just put the least you can put $5. You can just click there and just search for billing. So you can click on billing. The free trial of OpenAI does not allow you to connect to API. So I'm going to place this and I'm going to save that up. But I don't have to do that because I already have an OpenAI API key connected already. So I'm just going to cancel this. I'm going to close this up. And yeah, so I have it connected. So you can just do that and connect to yours and come back to Canvas. So you can see they would have an issue on this. So you just do this for every other. For the last OpenAI function, do this for this. So you can see this is the get audio, generate audio function. And here you can actually come and select different voice. We have different voices. So right now I'm using Echo. You can change the voice based on your preference. This is going to be the voice that is going to respond through voice notes to you when you need to speak with your personal assistant. We are almost done. We just have to connect these two last guys. So we need to connect our Gmail and our Google Calendar. Click on this. Already have my Gmail account set up. Okay, but if you don't have, just click on the new credential right here. And you can see you can either connect this with the API from Google Cloud or simply just sign in with Google. So you can just continue with Google And once you do that, this is going to work, and you can do that right away. And I'm going to close this because I already have one connected. So I'm just going to go back. This is connected to my email now. So that can read my emails, and this second one can send email. All right, all of these are presets for you from the templates, so you won't have to do this from the scratch. If you want to know how to actually do all of this from the scratch, you can subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to have a longer tutorial video to show you how to build several AI agents from the scratch. So then go back, and this is already set up. This is to get events. This is to fetch event on your calendar. All right, so you don't have to do anything right here. You just connect your Google Calendar. You can just come here and say create a new credential. So you sign with Google for this as well. And once you do that, you're good to go. Check this out too, and also select this. So once you're done with this, so let's check this, our agent right here, and we'll have to modify some stuff right here. I'm going to click on this agent, and everything is set up, and we have our system message right here. So just come down right here and expand this to a bigger screen, and you can see that you can actually just modify this depending on just make sure this name, like read emails, send emails, those are the names of the tools. So just make sure the name is corresponding so that your agent can understand. Your friendly and helpful assistant called, and this is gonna have the agent's name right here. So let's call the agent name. So let's say probably my name is James agent, and your personal assistant. So let's call this Jane. So your personal assistant is Jane, and you're currently chatting with. So this is going to be the person. Of course, the person chatting with, that's going to be the first name of the Telegram. That's going to be Jane automatically, and we have all of these tools available to you. So once you actually set this up, you can close this canvas right here and go back to the main canvas. And now that you have all of this, you can now go test our agents. And I'm going to say execute workflow. All right, I can actually make this live, make it active, but right now this is execute workflow. I want to say hello to get a feedback. So we say hi again, how can I help you today? So it actually got these two hellos. So if we check our canvas, you can see right here that this trigger was actually called, and this switch was called, and we can see because we sent a text, this agent input function was called. Then we have our AI agent right here, and you can see our brain was called, that's the LLM, the GPT-4 mini, and this was also called. This condition was false. It was actually not a voice note, and you can see this right here, this was also called. I'm just going to send a voice note. So I'm going to say hi, good afternoon, who are you? You can see that this actually is being called, you can see, and the brain, all of that. And then we have this if, a voice note from these AI. So I'm just going to play this and let's hear what that sounds like.
Good afternoon. I'm Jane's agent, your friendly personal assistant. I'm here to help you with tasks like managing emails, scheduling events, and answering questions. How can I assist you today?
All right, so we have that, and you can see that was smooth. So finally, let's send an image. So I'm going to click on my photo. I'm going to click on this image. I'm going to open this. I say, can you describe the expression of this man? So I'm just going to send that. Said the man in the image appears to have a thoughtful or contemplative expression. We have all this, and it's very nice that our agent can actually explain this. Finally, let's make this live. So I'm just going to make this active. I can get this message and you say got it, and now our workflow is active. So anywhere I can actually send a message to my agent, either on my phone or my whatever device I'm using. So far I have access to the link to this. All right guys, thank you for watching to the end. If this video is helpful, like, share and subscribe. Thank you. See you in my next video.
Here is the translation in Chinese. 如果这个视频对你有帮助，请点赞、分享和订阅，谢谢。在我的下一个视频中再见。